Hey everyone, online Holdem tools here. Got a video here of a recent deep finish in a large multi-table tournament. You can see that I placed 18th of 2800 or so. I want to really focus on M zone strategy here deep in the tournament. You can see my M zone is 9.3. M zone is kind of your chip stack relation to where everyone else is in the tournament or at your table at least versus the blinds, antes. It's kind of a big equation, but per the little meter you can kind of see where you're at. When you're orange, you're not too bad off. You're really starting to get low on chips though, so you kind of have to make a move here. Showing you some hands I'm folding. Jack 5, 3, 7. I got a decent stack. Want to try and start forcing some action when I have decent hands. Here I place a nice big raise, king queen later position. Been fairly tight this tournament. You'll see I get a good amount of respect and everyone folds. King 7, 3 jack. Gotta muck it, especially as you get later in position. Position's key here late in the tournament. After 2,800 players have gone home, you've obviously up against some fairly decent players. Here with ace 10, I was planning to make a raise. Everyone did fold to me, so I won the hand. 3-10 fold, even though you got money in. 9-5 button laid down. Again, just trash, just get away from it. Sometimes here it's beneficial to try and pick up the blinds, but you want to make sure that your raise is going to pick them up and you don't want to abuse that. Sinks here ace 9, I put in a raise again, everyone folds. A lot of respect. I've only showed solid cards when I've had to show my hands. Been aggressive but selective. Get a couple players all in there, someone gets knocked out. We're probably down, I'm pretty sure, 20 players at this point. Ace 10. Gauging my raise. Again, make a raise. I like to type in a random number. Helps keep players unable to read what your bets mean. As you can see, almost every bet that I've placed has got enough respect for everyone to fold at the table. Ace 2 suited. Got a player up here. Raises 12.2% of the hands that he plays. Really felt like I could push him off his hand with a shove here and pick up a nice chunk of chips from him. I didn't have the worst hand to shove with. I didn't think he was going to want to call me down. So I shoved and he folded. He's seen me shove with aces earlier in the tournament and kings. So again, some more information that led me to believe that he was going to lay down that hand to that shove. I cited a6. You know, you could have put in some chips and tried to pick up a pot, but I'd be a little bit more selective about when I want to do it here. Pick up a ace-king, shove all in against a huge stack over here. I was kind of hoping for a call from him, thinking I was bluffing. Again, some more hands, you just got to muck there. 5-9, jack, whatever it was. Stick to your big hands here. Our goal late in the tournament is to survive and get up places, especially as we've reached this pinnacle in a tournament where the payouts start to increase dramatically per how far you go. You can see here I get a raise from a very loose player, 17.4% of the time they raise. So I figured him for some junk. So I pushed with my pocket fours. Kind of wanted some action. Made him lay down the hand. You can see here that my M zone has dramatically changed. We're up to a 13.7. We're in the yellow, which means I got a lot more time and a lot more blinds to be more selective about which hands I choose. As you drop an M zone, what it does for you is it lets you know when you're in an emergency situation and you're going to have to start picking up chips, doubling up or shoving. Up around 200,000 chips there. Not too shabby. You can see there's a lot of other sharks at the table with me. As you grind through that many players, obviously you're going to end up with more solid players at the table. Player gets caught there with pocket aces. Doesn't knock him out. He has a huge amount of chips, but it doubles up a very dangerous player. Ace-7, thought about playing, folded it. We're down to 18 players here, 2 tables, so I really wanted to try and make it as deep as possible. I start thinking about where we're at here. So 25.81 entrants, 18 players left. Payouts 1936 here. You can see the next level there was $32. 286,000 chips here in 9th place. Not running too bad. Really want to start climbing up that chain there and get at least to final table. Really decide that my strategy here is to wait for solid hands, aces, kings, and shove and try and pick up pots and keep my chip stack going. You can see here, maybe that strategy wasn't the best for me, or maybe I got unlucky here. I'll let that be for a lot of different people to decide. I'm sure this hand could be debated a lot of different ways. I think I made the best move. The hand's coming up here real shortly. I'm looking at my M zone here at this point. I got 11.9. I'm not in the worst situation. I know I can sit around for a while. I'm up in chips. We've played 387 hands in this tournament. Not doing too bad. Want to really double up here and give myself a nice pad at chips to take me to the final table. Get an ace king. Debating my raise. Gauge it out, make it, get a call from a big stack over here. Makes me a little nervous. I do have a good hand. Waiting for a good flop here. Flops comes what I look to see, rags. So I shove, big stack folds, pick up a nice pot. Pocket kings. Again, gauge up a nice big bet. Somewhere right around the last bet. Kind of hoping for a caller, maybe even a re-raise so I can shove on him. You can see here I get one caller. And then I get a shove. The player shows very loose. I call. And of course, pocket aces. I'm not sure if that was a good move or a bad move. I really feel deep down inside that I have to make that call with that kings at that point in this tournament. I could have grinded deeper. 18th place, not bad. Strategy here, deep in a tournament. I mean, you really want to be selective about where you go in. It seems like you don't make it flop very often, and then you obviously don't make it to the river even more than that to show down a hand without an all-in somewhere there and a call deep in a tournament. The play gets very aggressive. You have to select which players to play against. I try to play stack poker, pick on the smaller stacks when I can. I happen to be one of the smaller stacks at that time and kind of had to pick a spot. I thought the kings was a good spot. I got caught, got knocked out. It happens to the best of us. More videos to come.